just a teeny little short video showing where I am with the leaves. And every time I look at it, I'm like, okay, I need one in between these. I need one in between these. I need one in between these. Because I really like how this is looking. But I've got 2 more leaves that I can use, and I might go ahead and mix some more paints. Because I'm not doing anything like... I basically just took some colors that were a little low and then just mixed the tertiary colors. And for those of you who might not be familiar with tertiary, the tertiary colors, there's the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, secondary colors, green, orange, and violet, and then the tertiaries, which are the mixes of a primary and a secondary color. Tertiary comes from the word tertia, which means 3 in Latin. So, primario, secondario, tertiary. Okay, there's your color lesson for today. Okay, just a short update, kind of out of video. You can see I've decided to go with the blue for the house. So if you saw yesterday's post, then you know. You can see here that I'm having to do a couple of coats with the blue. I may come in with, I have this lovely darker blue, thank you patrons for buying that paint for me, that I may come in and do the shingles, the, what do you call them, the shades, the shingles, the, oh crud, why can't I think of this word? My god, I hate menopause. Shutters. And you can see here, this is just the 1 coat, but then if you flip it over, you can see I've got 2 coats here. I may add a 3rd. I kind of like how it looks, but I'm trying to, see. And then I also glued on the lid, not the lid, but man, I cannot think of words today, can I? The little attic floor piece to the 2nd floor piece. And it tips a little bit, but that's okay, because once it gets glued in place, it'll be glued in hard. So this is what the interior looks like. And it's looking pretty grubby right now, if you ask me. It'll look better once sealant's on it. But you can see here I've only got 1 coat on this side, and some of these I've got 2. And what always kills me is I'll be doing multiple coats of something, and then I'll have something like, if I can get it to focus, that tiny little bit of white is still, how do I miss that? Like 2 or 3 coats. How does that get missed? And this is what the outside looks like. I'm debating about gluing the 2 roof pieces together. I may just hold off and not do that. And I was thinking too that if I do go in, and it looks pretty likely that I will, with the darker, like it's called navy blue. That's just what, it's straight out of the can, or the can. Man, I cannot think of words today. Straight out of the bottle, the navy blue. I may do the roof as well. And I also, because I've kind of set this aside to let this kind of cure overnight. I'm also going to, as you can see, I forgot to hit the bottom of this, so I'm gonna, and this is what the paint would look like with just 1 coat. It looks really dull without, and you can see it next to the blue. It's much brighter with the white underneath it. So I'm gonna hit this with some more white, and then paint that and let it dry for a while. I also built the base that it'll be going into. Let's see if I can get that a little higher. This is 30 centimeters by 21 centimeters. I really, to be honest, I went by eye on this one. I knew I wanted it more vertical than horizontal. This is a base that is made out of almost all, I think it's every single piece of, my husband had placed an order for an item, a couple of items that we needed, we couldn't get locally, and I just took the box and cut it up, and then just layered it with the the corrugation running one way and then the other way. Pretty simple. And then this is how I think I want the house to go in. So you can see why I need to paint this bottom part. So I'm looking at making a divot into the surface that is kind of like a right angle, a 90-degree angle, but into the surface. So I'll be cutting through this at some point, and then this will be mounted in, but it will be mounted in more like this, which I know is really hard to see right now. Not being able, as a viewer of this, I don't have a good enough camera really to kind of adequately show you what I want this to be. So I've still got a lot of work to do on this. More coats of paint. This base now, because I decided on this blue, which is just called bright blue, I kind of like that it's more cerulean kind of leaning than darker or lighter, like a tint or a shade. This is going to be red. So I need to figure out what papers I want to paint, because I'm going to specifically paint some new papers to go on this. And then I know that I want to do a border. That's the reason this is about 1.5 centimeters, so 15 millimeters. And that's a nice wide bit that I can add a band around the outside. So that's pretty much where I am, with the exception, oh wait, because remember, I've got multiple things going on, and in the first part of this video you saw all of the rainbows. So you can see here, this is one of the leaves with some of the glitter on it, and I left this side. It's unglittered, but there's some glitter stuck to it just from, like, I can move it off of there. So this is what this is going to be. I still haven't found the twine I want to use. I found some at the dollar store, but it smelled awful. I was smart enough to smell it first. Then over here, I've started painting the inside furniture. I think this is interesting because this little set of bunk beds was something that I did have, and they were yellow. And I'm not sure who actually built them. It could have been my brother Carl, or it could have been my grandfather Harold. So you can see how those are going to show up. And I know they seem gargantuan, but within the house that I had, they were gargantuan. They almost filled up the entire room. So they're going to have a very much a place in here that's going to seem really, really odd. That they're going to be kind of huge. I am huge. So I've got these a coat of paint on these, and I'm letting them dry, because as I was explaining the last time with stuff, it's, you know, they get a little fat. So I'm letting them dry out completely. So that's where I am right now. And we've got some errands and things to do, and I've got another doctor's appointment. Don't freak out or anything. It's if you're watching, it's something that, a couple of things that have bugged me. It's a dermatology thing. I'm very pale, and I want to be checked out for just to make sure some things are okay. I'm not in any pain or anything. I'm not having anything horrible happening. I just need to, like, I'm at that age. I just want someone, Dr. So-and-so, I forget what his name is going to lay eyes on a couple of things and go, oh, that's what that is. That's all I want to do. And check on I've been burned a lot, skin cancer stuff. I want to make sure I'm getting a good baseline. And the doctor recommended it, so I'm talking way too much about my doctor's appointments anyway. I will see you in the next video, and hopefully I will have all of this painted, Because right now when I get off of when I stop here and turn everything off, I'm going to go paint this white and let it sit for a while. So, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, patrons. Bye.